Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today, and remember, true wealth. We're going to get you in there, Coach. Hello. Can you hear us, Coach? We got you in there live. Can you hear us? We're gonna get you in there, brother. Sometime you have to come out and come on back in there. Can you hear us? Might have to click that settings button there. Yeah, we're gonna get you. Y'all bear with us just for a second. Okay. I think it's gonna come out and come back in. I think that's a little 1 second there. Okay. Can you hear us here, Coach? All right. I think it's a lot of people still in the gym working out. Folks in the background. Yeah, I can hear him. I would just cut that down a little bit. Yeah, I think maybe kind of go out and come back in. If you go out, can you see us? We see you backstage. Yeah, it's the phone. You know those phones, man. They are kind of those phones. Let's see. Well, we'll go ahead. We're going to let Coach Knight get back, get situated there. I think he just got done with freestyle fitness. We'll just turn that volume down and try to get him back on track there. He may have to go out and come back in. Kanoa, maybe you might be able to send him a message and yeah, so that way he can. We'll get him situated. Yeah, I think they. Okay. Yeah, and I think that Jamie's connection's kind of been going in and out. I don't know what that one. What's going on with that? Yeah, he kind of pops in. I think it might be his. Yeah, yeah. I think that'll be the best thing for him. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, please excuse the minor technical difficulties. You know, we've got four different gentlemen here logging on, and Coach Antonio Knight's getting done with one of his classes at Freestyle Fitness. So I want you to know that welcome to Telehealth Tuesday. This is your go-to podcast for insights on modern healthcare and wellness solutions. I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt, your host. Today we have a very special episode lined up just for you. Now, before I tell you all about these amazing gentlemen, I want to let you know that Telehealth Tuesday can be viewed on multiple platforms, including our YouTube channel, Dr. B TV, and also our clinic information on Instagram, Facebook pages alike. So make sure to follow, share, tag, like, and click subscribe to help support this amazing program. And that's Dr. B, the word doctor spelled out, DOCTOR, the letter B is in boy, TV for YouTube. And make sure to check us out and most importantly, subscribe. Now, we're going to get right to it. I'm sure that you are familiar with these other three gentlemen. Man, they're no stranger to the podcast world. They are innovators. These gentlemen are motivators. Any other kind of haters that you want to put on to it, except haters. All right. But we got I think they laugh. It sounds like they can hear me backstage. So we've got. I'm gonna just go in order of listing. Mr. Kinoy Brown of the KBRS show, amazing gentleman hosting all over the city and the state. You know him, I know him. I like to refer to him as Big Brother because he's a little bit older, not just because of the gray. Then we've got Coach Antonio Knight, who I've recently met, CEO and founder of Freestyle Fitness, doing amazing things also in the community. Has a huge following, doing some great things to help us get more fit, not just better looking, but fit on the inside and the outside. And last but not least, Mr. JAMEY Jenkins, the CEO and founder of Hello Black Man, who you just saw here a few weeks prior, and his wonderful wife. They've been big supporters of us, and also down at Trio when we do our meet and greet event called Cigar Thursday. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, stand and cheer for all of these amazing gentlemen. Give it up. Give it up. Man, well, how's it going, gentlemen? How you guys feeling?
Man, doing well, man. You got a whole cheering thingy?
Yeah. Hey, man, the audience loves you,
There's a
brother. The
crowd in this
audience
thing,
loves
baby.
you.
Hey, he got it going, bro. He got it going. I love it.
That's
I
what's
love
up, man. Yeah. Glad to be here, man. First of all, very glad to be here.
Absolutely. Let me tell Coach Knight, let me get that. I know you had a lot going on with the class. I'm gonna tell let's get your volume. Say something real quick, Coach Knight.
it. Yo, thanks for having me, man. I'm elated to be here, man. To represent for Freestyle Fitness 29, man. I wouldn't want to be nowhere else outside of boot camp. I wish I could have went a little longer in boot camp, but I'm all right. We'll get a little bit.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Well, man, we're thankful to have all of you guys here. We'll get right to it. I guess I'll start with Kinoy, man. Tell us. So you and I talked, and we invited you on the show, and you said, man, I want to see if these guys are available because we just had King Talk. Big shout out to Boo Rossini, the CEO, owner of Trio downtown Jackson, Mississippi, for allowing us to do these cool things, man. And Kanoa looked like you still, man. Now Kanoa done dropped out. Boy, I tell you, the devil is busy. The
The
devil,
devil is busy, but we
boy,
gonna
he's
ride. We
busy,
gonna
man.
ride. We gonna ride though.
It's who said your Jamie, your wife said it's the hats for me. uh, well, we'll
Hey,
see. Uh,
hey, tell us, stay player, man. Stay player. Don't worry about the hash, man. Don't worry about that.
all right. Well, gentlemen, I guess until we'll wait until he gets back. I'd love for you all to tell
Okay.
us all about yourselves individually, and then we'll come back to King Talk. So, Coach, I'd love to start with you, man. If you want to tell the audience, if they don't know you, who you are, where you're from, and what you got going on.
Oh man, Coach Antonio Knight, from Monroe, Louisiana, by way of Tuskegee, Alabama. I coached college football for 15 years, and then after coaching college football for 15 years, five at Tuskegee, and then I coached 10 years at Jackson State University. Man, won plenty of championships. For some reason, people seem to believe that Jack State just started booming when Dion got there. They forgot, when Rick Clemens when Rick Clemens was there, man, look, it was standing room only. You look up there, man, there's people standing around the Raptors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can go and Google that man. Plenty of championships. I think we won the East 6 out of the 8 years he was at Jackson State. Um, Look, man, plenty of championships. Coached at Jack State for 10 years, and then once Tony Hughes came in, man, look, I took a leap of faith and I started my own fitness business, which I've been doing personal training over 20 plus years already. I would train in the off season, um, and then once the season started back, I would go back to coaching. Like I said, I took a leap of faith back in 2016, and just hey man, I'm gonna do fitness full time. A lot of people thought I was crazy, but when God give you a vision, man, it's your vision that He give to you. It's not for the people to see. That's why you have to be careful for telling your vision to blind people. You know what I
Mm,
mean? They can't see the vision that He give you. So I jumped out there. A lot of people thought I was crazy. One, you know, coach, man, you don't want championships, man. We need you to stay in coaching. Well, if you really think about it, I'm still coaching. I'm coaching the game of life. And for me, man, it feels like I'm in the Super
Mm.
Bowl. You know what I mean?
all right,
Wow.
man.
Um,
That's good stuff, man.
you know,
Good stuff.
yeah. It's like I'm in the Super Bowl every day when I have my clients come to me and say, Coach, my A1C is down from a 6.7 to a 5.9. You know what I mean? Or my cholesterol is good. They took me off that 10 milligram blood pressure pill to a 5 milligram because it's hereditary. That's winning for me. That's championships. you know. But that's who I am, man. And this year, January 16th, man, made 10 years for Freestyle Fitness 29, man. Man, I thank God.
Wow.
I thank
Man, that's
God, man.
awesome.
Yeah.
Give it up for freestyle fitness. 29.
Wow, that's cool.
Well, that's awesome, man. Jamie, man, it popped out again. Jamie, man, we'd love to hear from you and tell us all about. For those that didn't hear or didn't see the episode with you, which was an amazing episode, I'd love for you to tell the audience all about yourself and I'd love for you to, man. Keeps popping. I don't know what's going on with that.
I, I'm here on my end.
Yeah,
I don't know if
you.
you
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, yeah,
yeah,
we
he's
see
here.
you with the
Okay.
background.
My
Yeah,
name is JAMEY Jenkins, owner and CEO. Hello Black Man is my brand that I'm pushing and trying to put out there. What it is, it's a transparency and communication. It's a vessel, right? It's a company. It is a mold. It is a movement. What I want you all to be able to do is track your progress through life. Write some things down. Who you are now and who you're going to be in 6 months, in a year, and 2 years from now, you'll be totally different. If you're working out with Coach Knight, you definitely be different. So
I
you need
know,
to
right?
know who you are now and who you will be, and be able to go back and look at your words and see how you adapt and see how you focus and write those things down. Because in 6 months, you may go back and read that passage and say, "Wow, I don't think like that anymore. I have progressed." Or you may actually, some people kind of fall back a little bit, say, "You know what? I need to get back to this place." But without a map, people get lost. So that's why I created this brand, to be able to give a map to our community. So we right now have 14 different journals out there on Amazon, from Hello Black Man to Hello Black Woman, Teen, Child, Couple. We have entrepreneur, we have educators, we have an athlete brand. We have a journey journal for everyone. So we have a little bit of something for everybody. We want people to just work on their transparency and communication. And I'm going to tell you, the guys that we have in the room right now, not only do I know them, I'm inspired.
yeah, kind of. Okay, I don't know. Did it go out for y'all too, gentlemen? Like, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
there you go.
yeah,
There you
there
go.
we go.
I have trained with Coach Knight, and he the type of person, when I train with him, we can't talk afterwards. We can't do no talking. I just leave. I
Just
just
leave.
I just leave. He know.
Straight
Listen,
up.
hey, listen. When we do training, when he said that's my last set, we had to talk. We had to talk next time. You know.
That's
So
no
the
lie.
same
That's real
way.
spill.
That's
That's
real.
real spill.
And the same way with, for real, the same way with Kinoy. Kinoy, one of the first guys I see consistently using that Facebook platform to push a brand, push a business. So there's inspiration all the way around, man. So like, I'm glad to be in the building with these guys, and I appreciate you extending the offer to be here tonight.
Absolutely, man. Well, Kanoa, last but not least, brother, I'd love for you to tell. I don't know who doesn't know you, man, on the social media world here, but I think, man, you might have disappeared there for a second. Can you still hear me, Kanoa? You still with us? I don't know what's going on there. Well, I guess he'll pop back in. We wanted him to tell us about. Okay, I see you backstage right there, man, but I don't know. Wanted him to tell us all about King Talk, man. Perhaps you guys could go ahead and start off. I'd look because we're both of you guys were there for King Talk at Trio. Was it this past Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was that experience for you all?
Oh man, it was awesome, man. Anytime we can get together, like I told spoke with Kanoy and Jamie, man. A lot of times when you're doing something that you're passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. It's about having quality people together, getting the things done that need to be done. You know what I mean? So having real conversation with men, with a solid mindset, who's willing to
meet with other guys, real men, and just tell what's on their mind, what's on their heart before they crash out. You know what I mean? So, we got together Friday, man. We had some really, really, really strong and good conversation. A group of guys that was just, we sat back, we were vulnerable, man. We really enjoyed each other. It was powerful, it was strong. We even had the mayor of Brookhaven to come,
Really?
and have a word and listen with us, man. It was strong. It's something that I felt we needed. Um, it's for the young, it's for the old. You know what I mean? I don't like to say, oh, I like to say mature. You know, we learned a lot about each other. Just sitting around it, it's no pressure. We just wanted to create a solid platform for kings to talk. Because I feel like we don't have that. We don't have that as men, and we got together. Hey man, let's sit down, let's have a drink. If you want to get something to eat, get you something to eat. But what's on your mind? You got a free space. We have professionals there of all walks of life, all sort. So you don't have to, feel bad or feel like, man, I don't want to say this because they gonna judge me this. Hey bro, we all there fighting the same fight. We all there to lift each other up. And man, when I tell you it was awesome to have brothers together, listening to each other, taking constructive criticism and say, bro, I needed that. You helped me. Thank you. That means everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Kanoy, man, before we lose you again, bro, can you hear me, Kanoy?
Yes, sir, man. I hear you, man. I got some all kind of stuff going on over here, man.
No, I don't know what's
Yeah,
good.
how you
Yeah,
doing, man? Good.
good, 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 man. I was trying to get you to tell us all about King Talk, and what I would love for you to tell to those of you that are hiding under a rock that don't know who you are, if you could let the Instagram and Facebook and social media community know who you are and what you're working on, and also I got Coach Knight started talking to us about King Talk, so. Once you
Exactly.
give your
Exactly.
introduction, if you could let us know what your vision and everything was for King Talk.
Man, yes, man. And again, I'm Kinoy Brown, man, a native of Canton, Mississippi, been born and raised in Canton, exit 119 all my entire life. Um, man, and I started this platform. I ain't gonna say I started. God gave me this platform, and I never knew what it was for until I started reaching the masses and people. It's actually helping people. Yeah, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna have a good time, but in the midst of it, there's a nugget getting dropped in there somewhere. Uh, Started in 2016. I got hurt from work right along with Coach, and he was right starting up his fitness journey, and me pushing him, he pushing me. Along came Jamie with um, journal. I think I was the first somebody he told. He said, "Man, I got a project I'm working on, and what you think about this?" And once he announced it and told me that, I said, "Bro, go with it." And it's so funny, dog. All three of us had the same vision in different seasons, if that makes sense. It took, Jamie wanted to do the barbershop talk. Coach wanted to do the
Yeah.
king talk. You know what? That's almost an alignment, and sometimes you have to follow that. And we just got that and grabbed and ran with it. And man, to see some of the guys that was there Friday to become free, if that's a safe word, to become free from whatever
Yeah.
they was holding, man, because they got in a situation, dog, where I saw numbered man holding man accountable. And when I tell you that was one of the most powerful meetings I've ever been in. I mean, whether it was church, whatever, school, business meeting, but that meeting of the minds of black men and the struggles that they're going through and the struggles that they all carry simultaneously, because everybody found out that night that all of us got the same issues. You know what I mean? And it was
Yeah.
so funny, but the guys was holding each other accountable. And I'm gonna give you this one nugget, man. And we keep everything transparent, but we also keep it private. But one of the things that got me the most from Friday was one of the guys asked a question. He was holding on to the past, and he said, "How do I let go?" And one of the other brothers said, "No, how do you hold on?" And
That
man,
was strong.
that's what stuck with
That
me
was
so
strong.
much. That was so strong to me because he's saying, "No, it takes more strength to hold on to that stuff versus to let it go." And
Yeah.
before he left, that man.
you could see it over his face, how free, how lighter he was, because he walked in heavy, man. I mean,
Yeah,
he walked in heavy. You could feel it.
very.
But by the end of that session, man, all those brothers, and we're not beating each other up, but we iron sharpened iron. We were strengthening each other. We was holding each other accountable. You a man, you a warrior, you a king. You know what I mean? And man, and I want to, say thank Coach Knight and Jamie for letting me be a part of their, because this theirs, this they baby, this they baby,
This us,
and
bro.
I'm just the promoter.
Oh, okay, okay. Because I remember, yeah, I remember. I didn't know. Okay, kudos, man, to y'all, gentlemen, because I didn't know, because me and you, when we do our event on Thursday, and you help, host that. I remember you had mentioned it and mentioned, was I going to be in town or be able to come back?
Exactly, I did,
Oh, so I didn't know. Okay, okay. Man, that's awesome. Well, wanted to get together with you gentlemen. And we are here to take some live questions. If anybody has, hey, usually we're talking in everything health. I'm here to answer anything health related, but you might have a question about, you might have a gig or an opportunity for Kinoy to host. You might have you might want to see if Coach is taking new clients, or you might want to see how you can get the newest copy of the newest book from Jamie. So it could be anything. We'd love to hear from you. Coach, speaking of that, I'll go to you. We recently joined a fitness program. And, before I met you and everything, I had heard about you last few years. Of course, I heard about you seeing your events, all white parties, and over there.
Oh man, come on,
Yeah, so I just hadn't
come on.
met you. Yeah, man. So how does it work at Freestyle Fitness? Are you taking new clients, and what separates your ministry, your physical ministry that you're doing in your company from, like, any other place, Planet Fit? Not that we're putting anybody down, but just
Gotcha.
what separates you?
Well, what separates me from any other training facility, training team, or whatever? We're a real life family. We're a real life family, and for me, it's not so much about your money. You know what I mean? Because when you put in the work, the money will come. And even the good book will tell you, a gift will make room for you. You know, and when you out there doing it for the right reason, bruh, everything else will take care of itself. Everything I do is about the mindset. I want to know what your mindset is. Before I take on a client, I sit down and talk to them first. I have some clients when I talk to them, and I have a gift of discernment. Like, and I meet people, and I can have a small conversation with them. I get a feel for them, bro. And if they're not serious, I don't brush them off in a bad way. I just tell them, hey, I'll get back with you, and I'll see what kind of slots, what kind of time I have, and we'll talk about it. But if you come to me getting ready, you want to get ready for a family reunion or a summer trip or something like that, Freestyle Fitness 29 is not the place for you. I'm in it for a lifelong journey. You know what I mean? I'm in it for you to change your mindset to totally do this thing on a lifestyle, not even with me for a lifetime, but even when you leave me, to learn something, being consistent, that you can go to Planet Fitness or you can go and be your own trainer. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And be focused and be conscious of your health, because too many times people treat their body like they have an extra one in the closet. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? They feel like,
I like that.
in your first 40 years, we beat that body down. I mean, we take it down through there. You know what I'm saying? And then the next 40, we trying to figure out how to fix the first 40. You see what I'm saying? So it's tough. And when you come to Freestyle Fitness 29, and I'm not just saying this, I'm not, I promise you, I'm not just saying this. It's totally a family, bro. It's totally a family. Once you come in and you see somebody, you meet somebody in here training, if they see you out in the store or anywhere, they recognize, hey, what's up? Where you been? How you doing? If somebody lose a loved one, we loading up, we riding, we supporting. You know, if somebody's sick, man, they checking in. Hey, where you been? You all right? You need something? That lets you know what kind of fitness family we have. That's the difference in Freestyle Fitness 29 and any other fitness community. Most of my clients are adults. If I'm training youngsters, it's because of one of my clients' kids or something like that. But it's not just a bunch of college kids. I don't have anything against it because I train athletes, professional athletes, but that's just the makeup of my fitness business, man. But that's what makes us different. We're a family. If you go and look, everything we do is a family. If we do a party, we do it together. If we, going to church, we do it together. That's just what we're about.
Absolutely, man. That's awesome. Well, and my mom is watching. Let's put her comment right there. So, when we came to the event where they were, honoring us and everything several weeks ago, man, that was so crazy that my mom, Lily Jane, you remember you had you and your crew with you, and you personally had helped my mom up on the walker going into the event. So that
Yeah,
isn't that crazy that a few weeks later
Wow,
in Kinoy,
wow.
my mom was on the walker struggling to get up, and it was cold. It was freezing that
yeah,
day. So coach helped, so man, we appreciate y'all for
That's
doing
that, that that's who he is, man.
that. Yeah,
But he didn't. Coach, I need you to. I want you to talk about something you talked about Friday, because we're about man's mental health. But you talked about mental health is one of the best reps you can do. I want you to kind of
man.
expound on that. You know what I'm saying? Mental reps
absolutely.
versus, you know what I'm saying? How you use it metaphorically.
Um, for me, for King Talk, man, I use the thing of self first, right? I use the thing of self first, and I don't mean that in a selfish way. But us as men, we have to put ourselves first, because if we don't put ourselves first and get as solid as we can be as men, how are we going to invite somebody else in to help them in their situation?
That's right.
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
are
yeah.
supposed to be the cornerstone. We supposed to be the foundation of whatever we got going on, whether it's a relationship, situationship, friendship, whatever we got. And happiness comes from within, right? There's no
Hmm.
person, place, or thing that's gonna make you happy. It's gonna make you smile and giddy for a little while, but until you make yourself happy first from the inside, bro, you just playing around with that thing. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't gonna be able to show up for
And
nobody else. Exactly.
right. You how you gonna show up? A lot of times we show up for other people because it's easy to show up for other people to make them smile and do all of that. But what about you?
That's right.
Who gonna coach the coach when
Exactly.
the coach needs some coaching? That
Hmm.
was the thing I said.
Who
And
gon-
then not only that,
Exactly.
like I told them, in fitness, man, I'm about every rep. I'm about squats and push-ups and bench press. But man, when we get together and you unclutter that thing that's going on in your mind and you putting it out and people are able to help you, recover or conquer what you thinking in your mind, but that's the strongest rep that you can get. That's when you're a man. Because a real man can say, hey, bro, I'm good, but I'm not okay.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
see what I'm saying?
exactly. I need some help.
I'm,
You know what
I'm
I mean?
good,
Raise
but
their
I'm not
hand for
okay.
help.
I'm, I'm good, but I'm not okay. And expressing that to some other men, but that takes a lot. But that's when the healing begins. That's when the healing begins. When you're able to sit down and talk to another man that also talk to a man that look like you
Yeah.
and let
Hmm.
Mm,
him know,
Yeah.
mm,
bruh.
mm,
And also
mm.
say, bruh, this was going on in my head, bruh. I've been thinking about this, bruh. This, I know this crazy, bruh. This ain't right, but I was about to crash out. And you able to give a word, just drop a simple nugget to say, bruh,
Yeah.
I've been
To
going through
make
the
him keep
same
hanging,
thing, bruh.
Same
keep
thing.
it. Look, keep. Look.
Been there.
You
Hey,
know what I'm
Been
saying?
there. Yeah.
Doc,
I've been
Doc,
going through I've been going through the
medical.
same
I'm
thing.
sorry.
How much strength does that give you to know that you're not walking that journey alone?
That's right.
Alone.
It's huge. Huge.
Hey,
With,
Doc, let me
yeah.
ask you from a medical standpoint.
Yeah.
What is some of the stigmas about why black men shy away from mental health? Is in your medical studies, what do you think that problem is? You thinking that we go to, I don't need nobody to talk to, preacher can't tell me nothing, the psychiatrist, what is that stigma about, with black men and mental health?
Man, that's a good question. It really, it's something that unfortunately people are, ashamed of. A lot of times we have so much pressure on us to, be the, the kings and stigma and all the things that the titles that a lot of the black men are deserving of, but trying to feel like we're operating in that space. Then in order to be a king and be the head of the household and all this other stuff that we're charged with being, a lot of them see it as a sign of weakness to admit the things that you guys are saying. The coach just got done saying, and Jamie. And so in the medical field, when people come in and you say, hey, a patient said to me just today, she says, every time I lay down my left side, I noticed she had these different symptoms, but she said recently I'm just not sleeping well and I'm having these thoughts. And like I say, I know your question was about a man, but I'm just saying that still, even with men and women, these thoughts that she's having, and even this is a 71-year-old lady, but no matter what age you are, what sex, gender, or race or whatever, people have these different thoughts. Could it be anxiety? Could it be that she is 71, getting a little bit older and having some depression, not as strong as she was before, having to use the wheelchair? I'm having to use the walkers, depending on wheelchair. So same thing with men, even more pressure because it's like we're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be able to lift this person up. We're supposed to, Coach, you were saying you beat your body up in your 40s. And so when this man is in his 50s and 60s, especially, and he's not, his hair length or his hair color is changing, his libido and all of this, especially when we say when that third leg starts failing. Look, and I'll say this one other thing, like funny. This is
Yeah.
a funny thing. That's it's two reasons why men come to the doctor. Number one, because the woman in their life forces them to, and that could be their mother, girlfriend, wife,
Yeah, yeah,
niece,
yeah.
whoever. And the other reason is because something that third leg downstairs is failing. They're gonna say, "Doc, something wrong with my penis.
They
I'm
go they
coming in."
gonna run to the doctor versus
It,
mental.
it,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so
instead of him watching you brush your teeth, he watching you tie your shoe.
yeah,
But
exactly,
hey, Jamie, let me ask you a
exactly.
question. And Doc, I don't mean to be asking you a question, but I
No,
never
go yeah,
asked Jamie this question.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
What feedback has you had from men with your journals? Have any men ever came to you and actually expressed or showed you that they didn't fill out the entire journal or how they
Listen,
felt them?
it's crazy you said that because I've actually had a couple. I've had one complaint. A guy came to me. He said, "Man, listen, I gave the guy a journal. He said, man, I'm gonna support you X Y Z." I said, I said this is really about supporting you, right? I said I appreciate you supporting me. I said,
Yeah.
but this is about you kind of figuring out where you are in life. Gave the guy a journal. I saw him maybe 4 or 5 months later. He said, "Man, I got a bone to pick with you." I'm like, "What's up? Everything good?" He said, "No, man, I got to holler at you." I'm like, "What's up?" He said, "Man, listen." He worked night shift, right? He worked night shift at the time. He said, "Man, let me tell you what." He said, "I got in this journal the other day, maybe a week or so ago." He says, "Now I found myself getting home and I can't go to sleep until I do a full passage." He said, "Man, listen." I
Mhm.
said, "Well, how far you done it?" He said, "Man, I done the whole journal." He said, "I done the whole journal, man. You need to make another one." And he brought it to me, front, back, every page full. He said, "Man, I can't even hardly go to sleep." He said, "I go home, I be
Wow.
thinking about what I need to put in my journal today. I need to write something down. I need to
Wow.
write down what I'm going through right now." So like that's
Wow.
one of the complaints I've had. He
Wow.
said, "Man, I started writing and I figured out
And
that I
don't
had I had not had none of these conversations with nobody, with my significant other, with my kids, with my parents." And
Yeah.
it just it's so
That's
he
crazy.
just feel like
That's
such a
crazy.
weight off him, right? He
Yeah,
this
But that's a
such a
good
weight off
compliment.
of
I
him.
mean, that's a good complaint. That's a good complaint.
It's
that's
a
a
good
great. Yeah,
complaint, but
that's
I
a
just
good
like
one.
wow, I hadn't thought of it like that. So like
hey bro,
the other part
Yeah.
is when I give these journals to men and families or couples, the biggest thing from a man standpoint is you say you don't care how people see you. People say that, but like naturally, it's impossible not to care how you're viewed,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Oh,
right.
Uh,
yep, 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 yep,
and
yep.
and how you're labeled is a bigger part of it, right? So if you're labeled
Yeah.
overweight, underweight, light skin, dark skin, like we're real big on label. You don't want to be labeled weak. You don't want to be labeled soft, as a man. And these are qualities that we have said but don't belong to men, right? You being able to express yourself. Man, I talked to a young lady today in the 11th grade and at Lanier Career Day. and she was talking about how important it is for men to express themselves. Like it was like she was 40 years old. She was like, I want men to be able to have a safe space and all that. Like, you in 11th grade saying this, and
Wow.
so like it was like so refreshing to see someone that young have a mindset of saying like I want men to have that safe space.
Hmm.
So like having that label is really the biggest part of not wanting to venture onto the mental health side.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a question from Instagram over here, Tamika Garrett. Tamika Garrett 23. She says, "Gentlemen, please share how the women in your lives are able to support you in life and business." I'm gonna let Kanoa tackle that one.
I'm out of I'm out of that. But 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 I think seriously, I mean, because I've been there in the past, but and I think this came up in King's Talk Friday.
Hmm.
To support us is not just to listen to us, but make us comfortable enough to be vulnerable to you. A lot of time, most men are not going to open up. They're not going to pull back their shed and show you what's actually inside, because a lot of women use it against them in times of heated arguments and all that. And so, as a support mechanism,
Hmm.
show him that you are there. Whether he, because here's the thing, we stand before God, we say, for better or worse, sickness or rich or poor. But when all that stuff hit, we take off. You know what I mean? We forget we made those calls. We forget we made those vows.
That's right.
I'm not gonna be up here all time. I need you. In every storm and every weather situation, I need you to support that, because now we're a team. So if you want to support me, show give me a safe space to be vulnerable in. That's what I'm gonna leave it at. That. Give me a
Um,
safe place. I'm leave it at that.
And oh my goodness. Well, no. So
What's
and
going
cool,
on?
cool.
Release.
I'm gonna piggyback on that, man.
Okay.
And a lot of times, support is not even physical. Support is not even saying something.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, support
Mm-hmm.
is just being back, just in your corner, and for that lion to know he can go and have a safe space without even saying a word. You know what I
Mm,
mean? You just know with all your heart of
mm,
hearts, you know what I'm
mm.
saying, that you can go and she ain't finna say this or that. Hey, go out, do your thing, be
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
When you get here, I got you. You know
Ooh,
what I mean? It's not what
ooh,
you going by. It's
ooh.
not how much money you got. It's not, hey, let me come and
That
let
safe
me let me
space.
do this. Let me no. Just be there when you
That
come or
safe
go
space,
wherever you
bruh.
go. Bruh, I'm here for you. I got you.
Bruh.
You know what I mean?
You said
Just the
something then, cool,
simplest
because get
things.
what?
It's not something that
All that,
you can put
all that's
on paper
mental.
and say, hey, if you do this, and this means
Mhm.
you're a solid
I
female. No,
I
it
do
doesn't
That's
mean
right.
that.
exactly.
That's right.
Giving him a safe space to where if he want to
Man,
come to
safe
you and
space.
talk, you can talk. But if he at a point to where, in his mind, he really don't want to talk right now, you just there
Or
chilling.
can't
You
feel
could be
like he could
watching
talk
Family
to her.
Feud. We watching Family Feud together, and that's just
Uh
as solid as it
huh.
can be.
That's right. Jamie, I saw
That's good.
your lovely wife came
Cool. Yep, you sure right. You
slide
got to
in the
give
picture
him a
there.
safe space.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's all
So
good.
a lot of times what I have help is I'm a visionary. I'm a talker, right? And a lot of times you need that balance with a significant other. My wife is a strategist. She's a back end person. She's a networking person. She does things that I don't do well, and she does them comfortably, right? And so, like being able to have the back end, the back work, the Zoom calls, the networking, everything done. When I go to an event, everything's already set up. Okay, Jamie, you got this. I ordered this. Here's the backdrop. Here's this. Now you go and do your thing. So there's like a weight off me. So I don't have to do the things that I necessarily not.
Wow,
Can I get it
that's
done?
good.
Can I plow through it? Sure, I could. But just to notice that, hey, you need to be here at this time. Like tonight, I can't. I went to Lanier for their career day today, right? Shout out to Miss Archie and that whole team over at 833. When I got here tonight, Zoom set up, laptop set up, mic set up, light set up,
Man.
backdrop
Oh,
set up. I ain't done none of this. All I had to do was sit down and perform, right? So like that's a
Let me go
huge way.
find me a
This is the
wife.
easy part.
Let me go find
Yeah,
me a wife.
Nobody can
this
know
is
Let
the
me
it.
go
easy part.
find
This is
me a
what I do
wife.
well. I wasn't gonna go get this light. I wasn't gonna set this stuff up. I wasn't gonna make sure we had light in the stuff. I just wasn't. I'm just gonna fall in and do what I do. But she
Right.
said, you know what? You need to have a certain image, a certain quality. Let me make sure everything is where it needs to be. Now you go
I
perform.
love it.
I'm out of it. You do your thing.
Wow. Look,
And that's
Man,
solid. See, it's the
that's
understanding
solid,
part of
cool.
it's not, yeah,
it's the
absolutely.
understanding part that your person knows, like, if I don't do this, this son gun ain't gonna think of this. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you being who you are, you ain't tripping because you know you didn't think of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it comes like this. Your significant other, whatever their friend, whatever it is, they know their shortcomings. You know what I'm saying? They understand that, hey, I'm not a decorator. Hey,
Mm, mm.
I'm not gonna think of this or that. And they don't feel no type of way because you got, hey, somebody else saying, hey man, you thought of this or you thought of that. You see what I'm saying? But what eggs us the most as a man is that now when we do this, oh, if I would have said it, you wouldn't have did it. You see what I'm saying? Or if I would have did this, you would have did the opposite. Don't do that. Don't do that, because now you're gonna run me to do the opposite.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
that's right.
Now you finna have me, you watching Family Feud, I'm finna go in here and watch ice hockey, and I don't even like hockey.
He got look. That's
You
good.
didn't want to get away.
You got that's
Yeah,
right. You just that's all. We got so a couple of questions or comments kind of pouring in. Octavia says a lot of black men have not been taught that it's okay to not be okay. I personally think it stems from your upbringing. If parents allow their sons to express themselves through conversation, tears, etc., it wouldn't be a foreign concept. They have too many expectations placed on them by society. So it's a sign of weakness to not have it all together. And absolutely, Octavian, that's what we were saying. I think Kinoy asked me a question about black men and why don't we talk more about this and from a healthcare standpoint. So thank you for that. We've got Kinoy, we've got your dear friend here, Joycelyn Lachey. Please get the owner on the line and drag your tripod down here. Joycelyn, she said Joycelyn says a lot of time men aren't used to feeling safe and honored in a healthy relationship because they are conditioned to trauma and dysfunction. When safety comes, it can be frightening to a lot of men. How do you work through that? Let's give that to Jamie to start with.
Let me tell you something. Patiently. Let's start there. Let's start with patiently. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? This is not something. If a person has trauma, if a person has dysfunction, then that's what they know. That's what they're used to, right? That's what they operate in. And that's not something that's going to be a Monday to Tuesday type thing. It's not going to flip over when the clock strikes 12 or anything like that. It's not going to be an overnight success, right? I haven't seen it, and it definitely isn't me because I'm still being worked on right now. I'm still being molded right now. But there has to be patience. There has to be short conversation because you're already dealing with a man that is definitely probably came from dysfunction, probably dealt with a lot of trauma, especially in a transparency and communication standpoint. So you're going to have to break it down brick by brick. You're gonna have to break it down. Short conversation. Short conversation. Don't try to sit me down and have no 3 hour conversation. Like it's not gonna go well. Like I'm not equipped for that. I'm not.
yeah,
I'm gonna short circuit out. That's not what I'm able to do. So what Kalisha
yeah,
gonna do? She gonna say, "Hey, this is the problem. Hey, how do we work through this?" And she's gonna get my point of view out in front first. And so now she knows how to balance what she's asking for versus what I see. It may be two different things, but she's going to get her opinion and say, okay, how do you think we should tackle this? I'm going to give my A, B, C. She's going to say, okay, let's try B. I like your B answer. How do we incorporate this? How do we induce this? How do we do this better? So it's gonna have to be a brick by brick operation. She said that don't let them fool you. We work through every day. it's a work in progress. I promise you.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. Man, Coach, your thoughts?
Um, you know, it's like Jamie said, man. It takes patience. You know, it takes patience, and it takes time. You know, I'm a firm believer that time fixes all things. You know, a lot of times, when things are not happening how we think they should happen, we go straight into panic mode. You know, just sit back, let it be what it's gonna be, because at the end of the day, what's to be will be. You see what I'm saying? And I tell my people all the time, in any situation, the what if can kick in, right?
The what if?
The what if can kick in, but there's two sides of the what if. There's a positive side, and then there's a negative side, right? For example, what if what if so since we talking about relationship and all this type of stuff, let's talk about the what if a female can be with this guy. Man, what if I've been with him all this time and I don't get nothing at the end of it, just this and that. You see what I'm saying? That's the negative side of it.
Right.
Well, if she get to thinking on the positive side, man, we've been together such time. Whenever we do, lock it in or whatever we do, man, it's gonna be something special. You see what I'm saying? Those are the two sides of the what ifs. For example, for me on the fitness side, taking a fitness journey. You know, um, on the what if side, man, I get out there, man. What if people stop working out and they getting a job and all of this, man? How I'm gonna feed my family? How I'm gonna survive out here? You know what I'm saying? But for me, I always keep a positive mindset. You know, if you ain't never been down before, you really don't know what it feel like to be on top. So for me, I'm like, man, I'm gonna change people's mindset. These people gonna be working out. We're gonna be busting out the seams in the studio. You know, and for that reason, man, our fitness family has grown to a trend-setting family. You know what I'm saying? Because of the thought process of thinking positive and just letting time and take its place. I didn't have a timetable for when I wanted my own gym or when I wanted to move from this place to this place. God has God's timing is everything, man.
That's
So I
right.
just sit
Amen.
back and I pray every day. I'm a praying man. I pray every day, and I just let His plan just unravel itself to me, you know. And there'll be times, what I'm saying, when you'll know. So back to the question, just patience, let time take care of itself, and keep a positive mindset about whatever the situation is, and everything else will take care of itself. Live life, because you don't know what tomorrow holds. Only thing you got is today.
That's right. That's right. I think we might have lost Kanoa. Can you hear us, Kanoa? I think his signal might have gone out. We had a lot of.
He sound like he's trying to say something.
Yeah, I think so. You might have to log out and log back in, Kanoa. Just have.
Sound like somebody choking you, cuz.
Yeah, John. Now that ain't the one. If you getting choked out, that ain't the one, brother. That ain't the one.
Hey, bro, turn your glasses off. You got too much going on.
I told him we'll just let him go out and come back in.
For sure.
Go out, come back in. I'm just sending him a message. Um, do y'all mind staying with us till at least let's say 8:15, maybe to go a few minutes since we had a little challenges. Are y'all
Yeah,
available? Okay,
yeah, that's
awesome,
cool.
awesome. So let's see. Derek, man, I feel men must find their own personal relationship with God. After that, with someone to believe in, it gives us the strength to do anything. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's a great, and that's one of the reasons why I guess I'll do a little, Coach. I'm gonna do a little shameless plug right here, man, for Good Faith Wellness Center. That's why. Oh, there you go. That's why we started Good Faith Wellness Center, because I know my personal vision was we didn't want to we wanted to be able to say, just like Brother Derek was saying, that we need to have God in the center of things. And I tell everybody that God is the great physician. And the same lady, the 71-year-old I talked about today, she asked me, she said, Doc, what's my prognosis? She said, what is my prognosis? And I said, honestly, I think you're doing better clinically, than you were when I met you, when I took care of you in the hospital 2 years ago. But I said, hey, because you've lost a lot of weight, we've gotten a lot of fluid off, you've been compliant with your medicine. We were able to take away some of all these meds you were on, and I think that might be we had to turn him down. I think that's coming up, boy. He's going off there. um, but yeah, so I think at the end of the day, we wanted to start Good Faith Wellness Center because being Christ centered is huge, and that's why we call it Good Faith. And I know each and every one of you guys will, I'm sure, agree because you wouldn't have gotten to where you were to be able to do the things that you've done without believing in some higher power. But we, at Good Faith Wellness Center, we're not afraid to say Jesus Christ.
Right. That's what's up.
Kanoa, man, you back, brother? Boy,
Man, fighting this thing, man. I'm fighting this thing.
it must be the signal. Yeah, wanted to. Let's see. I think did you? I don't think you. Yeah, he didn't get. I don't think you got to weigh in on the question. I think it was from Joyce and went from about how do you work through being conditioned to trauma. I don't think you got to weigh in on that, Kanoa. Oh boy, he's going out. He's going out again, brother. I don't know. You're getting choked out
Hey,
again,
hey,
coach.
hey, I'll chime in until you get back. I'll try to help until you get back. Being conditioned to trauma, man, is really something that you can't fix. You can't fix someone else's trauma, right? That's one of those things where um you have to be solid yourself first. That goes back to the thing we was talking about, self first, right? When you put yourself first, you want to make sure that you're as solid as you can be, so when you do meet somebody that's traumatized, got trust issues and all this type of stuff, you solid enough to be patient, have time, let time and take care of yourself. So when they do, lock in, they locked in. That's just like Jamie said at King Talk. Hurt people, you know and people that come from trauma, that's used to trauma, their natural instinct is to give off the trauma that they're accustomed to getting, but if you sit back and you like, look, chill out, this is not that, and that is definitely not this, but it takes you being solid enough to understand that this person been hurt, this person is
That's right.
broken off the giddy up. I'm willing to help you get through this if you're willing to accept, you know what I'm saying, the changes that it's going to take for you to be the best person that you are.
That's right.
Hey,
I see.
I don't know if
Okay.
I'm back yet or not.
We got you in there.
Uh,
You done getting choked out. And Coach said you would get.
I think
You
I
might
am,
be
but
being violent.
I want to say this comment and then it like it's lagging. I'm not sure. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you. A little bit of lag, but it's okay. We can hear you.
Okay. So here's two things, and I know we got to go. It's 8 o'clock. It's two
Got you,
things.
Dr. Nix. They're gonna stay with us
I
a
want
little
to say
bit,
thank you.
about 10 minutes. So like if you can stay about 10, 12 minutes over, they said they were since we
Okay,
had a lot of
good. Okay,
connection
good.
issues. Okay.
Hey, Kanoa set it up
Man,
perfectly. Like he literally went back over the question, got everything lined up, and walked
man,
out the door again.
man.
You cannot make this up.
This is live TV, folks. Sorry about the connection issues here. I'm gonna go with you, man. Dr. Larry Nixon, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. He's, the comment is we are dealing with 400 years of traumatization. We have to realize that our women are, and it's the form of demasculinization. Okay. That is quite an interesting point, my brother. If you want to delve a little bit more into it, Doc, let me know. Put some more comments in there. You guys feel free to join in. But let me go back to Kanoy on that, bro. You set it up for us, Kanoy. Then you ready, man?
Man, Kanoa might be to forget the question again.
You- Okay.
Oh, and the question is, but here's what I want to tell you. This is what I like about you. I don't know if I expressed it to you before, but I think a reason what made you come up with this concept. You still can't hear me?
We can hear. Yeah, I don't know if it's maybe the place. I don't know if you moved. I think you must have moved or something like the wife. I think you had moved probably.
No, you moved, Doc. I just
Okay. Don, Don, and then okay.
I like
I, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yep. We got you.
All right. So I think when Jamie first brought this up, his journal to me, I think one of the questions was what made him do this? What was that burning sensation? And I don't know if he remember this conversation, but most black men are not taught to communicate. Okay, we that's something that was not taught to us.
That's right.
When you if you go back your dad, your mom and dad arguing, what dad would do? Give us some money to go shopping, and he go back up on the tree with the fellas. We never saw communication in the family. We never saw people actually talking stuff out. We saw, we'll make it better. You know what I mean?
Doc. We're gonna have to
Bro,
get Kanoy. We're gonna get Kanoy a new internet service. I don't know
We're
what
gonna
he
get him
got.
a new one. Coach, oh
Yeah.
man, that coach didn't go on. Coach is gone
Hey,
now, but
listen.
yeah.
I do like Jocelyn's last comment here.
Oh
Is
yeah, let's
how
get
much
that.
trauma should a woman accept?
Yeah.
Trying to understand men. It can be mentally exhausting for us. That is absolutely true, right?
Hmm.
So that's why it has to be done in doses, Jocelyn. You're not going to be able
no,
to trauma dump both ways because more than likely your significant other, my wife, she's going to have her own traumas coming into the relationship, right? Uh, her job isn't to fix me, and her job isn't to fix everything that's broken about me,
Hmm.
but for me to have a better vision of who I am, to buy me some time to ensure that I can talk through some of the things that I've been through. What
Hmm.
has broken me? Do I know those things? Do I know what helps me? Do I know what helps with my what I know what helps with my anger, my depression, my anxiety, right? Do I have those things? Do I have those things readily available? Same thing with conflict resolution, right? Where do I stand with it? Am I capable of it? Do I always get it right? No, I don't.
Ain't no way.
No, I do
No
not.
way.
Right? And so, but to be able to talk through those things and say, okay, this is how we handle this situation this time. Going forward, let's do X, Y, Z. Going forward, let's do X, Y, Z. So, like Jordan, like there has to be limitations on it, but there has to be grace both ways.
One of that's great, man. I can definitely appreciate that answer. One of the things that was interesting to me is that, and I always say, yeah, yeah, that was your high five on that. It was great. One of the things that's interesting to me is that, um, I think we got a little feedback. Let's see here. Can you? All right, let's try that. Okay. Yeah, it was feeding me. I don't know what's going on. Cause no, somebody. Kalisha said, "Man, gosh dang it, Canton." um, but I, I think one of the things is, what's interesting, and y'all gentlemen can chime in. I, I've had several conversations about this, right? That people are not. It's kind of like the word. I'd like to center on the word accountability, right? We hear that all the time, and and one of the things that really just kind of gets under my personal skin, because everybody is saying gaslighting and narcissism. These are all these terms people throw around. They don't even know the actual medical definition of narcissism. But anyway, I see that these things are thrown at men a lot. I think I might have, Jamie, we might have discussed this on the episode. But they're using these things a lot, right? And I just find that in my anecdotally, my personal experience, it doesn't work the same on the other side. So, for example, it's kind of like, well, a person has to, they need to be respected, their views and the things, they need to live in their truth. and need to be accountable. I find that society puts those terms so much on men, and especially in the black community. But I really think that we don't focus on the fact that this exact thing, you need to have the same energy when it comes to our female counterparts. Both people need, the feelings need to be heard. Both people need to be held accountable. And, there really shouldn't be any favoritism one side or the other. But I don't see that it happens that way. That's just not my personal experience. But, your thoughts, guys.
And Doc, sometimes, the crazy part about it, some people don't even know what makes them happy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't know what makes them happy. They when something makes them feel good, they be like, dang, I like the way that feel. But then once again it goes back to, happiness comes from within because you happy for that moment. But after that new car gets old, or after this new house gets, years go by, we going back to the same thought process we had because this new thing has gotten old.
Yeah.
We have not conquered what's bothering us on the inside. You see what I'm saying? So the thing we have to do is conquer self, that mindset. It goes back to that mindset. We have to learn how to have a positive mindset about the things we do. I just told my boot camp that a lot of times it's not the problem that's the problem. It's the way we look at the problem that makes it the problem. It can be the simplest of things, but if I can think positive about it and look back on it, man, that wasn't as bad as I really thought it was.
That's interesting. Absolutely. And Jasmine Taylor, as a mental health therapist, I can attest that it can be very biased. I see it all the time. I appreciate that, Jasmine, because, a lot of times, like we say, if we're being unbiased, well, how often does that happen? But if we're being honest, I think it's exactly what you just said. And I appreciate the fact that you are actually a mental health therapist. By the way, we need to get you on another episode. We have, I think, one slot available in the month of April. So you don't know this yet, but you'll be featured on the show. Okay. You don't know it yet. We are still in search of Mr. Kinoy Brown's Wi-Fi routing device. We are still.
Where's Waldo?
Dr. Nixon says narcissist label is yet another form of demasculinate. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me jump back up. I saw a comment up here. I know we're time's winding down. Dexter Mayberry, man, good to see you, brother. Big supporter, man, of Telehealth Tuesday, and we're a big supporter of your company as well. And drop us some comments if you're your next event that you're doing, Dexter, because I know you always have one at New Jerusalem and different places, and so let us know what you're working on. But Dexter says, unfortunately, many men have been taught that your manhood is based on your performance and not your being present with healthy communication skills and healthy emotions versus running. I guess you're saying running from confrontation. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what time. 8:10. Okay, we got 5 minutes. I believe people should heal before coming into a relationship. It's unfair to dump your man. Let's put this up.
Yeah, that's deep.
Yeah, because a
That's
lot
deep.
of people. Yeah, that's deep. I'm gonna start over. I believe people should heal before coming into a relationship. It's unfair to dump your trauma on someone else. It breaks
Yes.
down the relationship, makes it unhealthy. You have to devote a secure relationship with yourself. Self-fulfillment is the goal. That's the only way to have a happy, healthy relationship. Coach.
Well, the thing of it, too many times people use the term, "Oh, I'm lonely," or I just want this person. You want your person. Too many times you ready to you hurt, and you coming out of a situation. So really, in search of that person, you really want somebody to be an alibi. You see what I'm saying? You're really looking for an alibi because on this journey, you still haven't healed yourself, but you think you want somebody. You really just want somebody to be there to say, hey, I got somebody. Because just because you with this body, your mind's still back where you just got hurt. And you can't heal in the same place you were hurt. And you can't heal using somebody as an alibi, because now you got a whole different situation that's causing more pressure and trauma to the other trauma that you already had. So the thing of it goes back to
Okay.
that time. You got to take time for yourself, men and women alike. You know what I'm saying? And then you have too many people that'll say, well, you got somebody. You know, how you gonna tell me you got somebody? Well, I'm able to give you a good word because you don't know where I was before I got somebody. You
Mm,
see what I'm saying? But that's the thing about it. Once you coming out of a trauma type situation or whatever it may be, if you coming from grief, you know what I mean? Take time for yourself to heal self, be silent with yourself first, and then pursue to get involved with somebody, you know what I'm saying, on a serious note. Because if not, you're gonna forever be spinning your wheels. So you get what you got out of, you're going right back into it,
yep,
you know,
absolutely.
because really you looking for an alibi to fill a void. But fill a void with something solid. That person may not be solid enough to accept, you know, what your drama, your baggage that you're bringing in,
That's right.
you know.
Absolutely. Um, you can't begin to understand anyone without understanding yourself, let alone
There
loving
it
someone.
is. Yeah,
Absolutely, Brother Gray.
yeah.
We can't wait till we all heal because we will all be, Dr. Nixon, we can't wait till we all heal because we will all be alone. To think that you found a perfect human being is a fallacy. That is just the journey called life. All right. And Kalisha says, man can know it by. Okay. Kanoa, man, let's get your. We've got on our closing. I'm going to let you guys close out with our usual things. Here's our final comment from Dexter Mayberry. He said to ride on Octavia's statement. Unfortunately, many of us don't know when we're healed because many times when we think we're healed, we have just covered it up. We put a band-aid on a bleeding wound and think that we're healed when we actually have internal bleeding. Boy, that's deep right there, man.
That's strong. That's strong.
So
That's
That's deep
strong.
Dexter,
right there, man.
Dexter, let me
Go ahead, go
close
ahead, y'all.
on Dexter's comment. For those men who using band-aids, using peroxide, thinking we're healing. April the 3rd, Good Friday, uh, we're having another session of King Talk at Trio downtown. We're gonna start around 7ish, around happy hour. So we're gonna invite all men out, brothers. I mean, if you know you got a father that just need someone to hear him out, or be around some people, your brother, your brother-in-law, your son. Of course, you got to be 21 or older because of the venue. But if you got some guys that you really love and that you think they could be helped by being with a community of other men that's going through the same thing, send them out. April 3rd, that's Good Friday. April the 3rd, that's Good Friday. Everybody is all will be a trio. Of course, we have cigars on deck. The bar is open, the kitchen's open, and we just want y'all to come in and send your men. And we welcome all men to come be a part of something, man. When I
Now,
tell
now,
you, you will enjoy it.
now,
Trust
what?
me.
Now,
Thank you,
Kanoa,
Doc,
what?
for this platform.
Absolutely.
Glad.
What time before you go back out again, Kanoa? First of all, two things, brother. What time is the event for King Talk? Because that's on Friday. And then please tell them who we got on Thursday. Well, this upcoming Thursday.
Uh,
But what time is the one on April
so
3rd?
that's no. So this Thursday. So every Thursday. So every Thursday we at Trio Eatery in Jackson Prime, right there on State Street. Cigar Thursday. Primarily, we try to do at least two live music, two live performances. Now, this Thursday, we got JB Robinson performing. You never heard that man, definitely want to come out. JB Robinson performing this Thursday. And then this Thursday, every Thursday, we're there for Cigars Thursday. And when I tell you the networking vibe, the grownness, we don't miss, man.
Don't miss.
I appreciate Trio for giving us that venue to do this every Thursday. But then the two more Fridays from now, which is Good Friday, the Friday before Easter. That's April the 3rd is King Talk. And then we'll do another one in May. So y'all just stay tuned, man. Make sure you lock in, follow all of us on all social media outlets. And again, we appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, look, gentlemen, we absolutely appreciate it. I would love to give the floor to you all since Kinoy, since we'll go ahead and start with you because again, no shade, brother, but we don't know when you're gonna get cut off. So let's.
I just closed.
I'm sorry. So, Kano, would you please let us know, what you so you just let us know the events you did. Just let us know. Is there anything else you'd like for people to know about you, what you're working on, and how you want to be contacted, if you want to be contacted? And I'm sure Joycelyn Lachey is listening. And then we'll go to Coach and then Jamie.
Of course we will. Of course, man. But again,
Yeah,
appreciate the
yeah.
platform, Doc. But again, for those who know, I'm Kinoy Brown. Man, I can be on all outlets. KBRS underscore show on Instagram. Kinoy Brown on Facebook. Uh, a lot of stuff coming up Wednesday. I'm at Two Cigars for ladies' night. If you want to come through there, then Wednesday, then Thursday with Trio Eatery in Jackson. Friday in the air. But man, we got something going. Make sure you follow the page. We got something going on every week, man. So I appreciate those who support me. For those who trust me, you know what I'm saying? They trust they brand to me. So I appreciate that. And again, man, we looking forward to King talking and have many more meets. Big shout out to Coach Knight, man, and Jamie, man. Love you, boy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Coach.
Yeah, also, King Talk April 3rd, we will have a therapist there. We'll have a therapist
Oh
there,
wow, good,
um,
good, good.
in the midst with us, just sitting back talking, a professional and doing what he do. So you don't have to think you just talking to some jabronis that's just having conversation. We professionals, That's April 3rd. And then for me, always working on something. I'm working on a documentary of my life. A story documentary that's going all the way back from Monroe, Louisiana, to Tuskegee University, from my days at Tuskegee coaching at Tuskegee, then to Jackson State coaching, all the way through becoming Freestyle Fitness 29, and it's gonna be labeled Mindset of a Man. My mindset of a man. I do have a journal, a 45-day fitness journal, 45-day journey with Freestyle Fitness 29.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have a client. She was almost 300 pounds. 300 pounds when we started,
Wow.
and by her birthday, it was almost a year. She wanted to be under 200, and we conquered that thing. A day before her birthday, she weighed in, and she was 197. I want to say something like that. Um,
Wow.
that's
Wow.
just a part of
Man.
Freestyle Fitness 29 being a family, helping people to overcome and conquer themselves, to believe in themselves and start thinking positive about themselves where they wasn't so positive about themselves before. But that's just a part of who they are. Without them, it wouldn't be no Coach Knight Freestyle Fitness 29. It'll just be Coach Knight. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You can reach me on Instagram at Freestyle Fitness 29. You reach me on Facebook at Antonio Knight. You know, I'm an open book. You know, if you need me, holler at me, message me, whatever. You feel free of doing. But the documentary is being worked on. Mindset of a Man. I want to appreciate you, Doc. I appreciate everything you do, man. You know, I don't know if you get told this often, but what you're doing is major. We finally locked in and linked up.
Yeah.
I plan on being there Thursday to support you guys. And keep rocking, man. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that so much, man. And Jamie, we'll let you and Kalisha close us out.
And man, listen, just to piggyback on what this guy said, man, we appreciate the platform. This is an opportunity to come on here and speak about what we're doing, sharing platforms and sharing networks. We can't be scared to do it, right? We cannot be scared to open our house, open our gifts up, and to ensure that everyone has a spotlight. Everyone has a small platform to grow into other platforms. That's just something in our community that we just need to continue to do. Like I said earlier, the guys that's on this platform, I haven't known my whole life, right? I worked out with Coach Knight. I walked out. I can't talk to him after we get through working out, though. When we get through working out, Coach Knight, it's a walkout session.
You
Now,
can't do that.
while we're working out, it's a therapy session as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The same thing with Kinoy. Worked with him before. I always tell him to push his brain and stuff like that. But you have to have a circle that is about business. You have to have a circle that's hungry, that's out, that's trying to push positivity. And that way, that's going to push you and motivate you to do more. My brand, Hello Black Man, is about transparency communication. It's something that is near and dear to me because I know where I've been in my past. And King Talk is Coach Antonio's Knight's vision, right? I'm just a part, it's a huge supporter of what he's doing because it aligns so perfectly with the things that I'm trying to do as well. So like when you see that, you're like, okay, I'm not the only one in the city, that has this motivation and mindset. Now it's two of us. We want to see? We want to see four. We want to see 14, 46, 50
That's right.
people pushing this type of
I'll be
positivity.
there.
That's the only way to get, to get the motion going. And it's just great, man. So like, my name is JAMEY Jenkins on Facebook. Hello, Black Man. You can type it in on anything. I should pop up on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, wherever you at, and I'm trying to put out that content to let you know that we're trying to make this this journal thing not just a thing. We want it to be a movement. We want you to document who you are and be able to go back and look at it and say, hey, this is where I am, this is where I was, and this is where I want to be.
Man, that's awesome. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give it up for our amazing guest tonight, the Telehealth Tuesday. Well, thank you. This has been another amazing episode. Thank you all for those who have stayed with us. I know we've had a lot of technical difficulties all the way from Canton.
No difficulties.
Well, yeah, man, these are brothers here. They've becoming brothers to me, and so I appreciate you guys, man, and all the heartfelt things. Kanoa, we've been doing a lot of great business together, and Coach Knight and Jamie, man, looking forward to continue to work with y'all. And so, hey, and I know all of y'all, of course, have been to the event at Trio, which is more of an actual networking event. So we want to invite everyone to come out on this upcoming Thursday, March 19th, to hear J.V. Robinson and also our amazing new guest and new guest DJ. And so it's going to be amazing. So I hope to see you brothers there, man. Let's chop it up. So look, next week we're going to have an amazing guest, a councilwoman. I'm not even going to say which councilwoman. We're going to let you guys make sure to stay tuned. Dr. BTB, DOCTOR, the letter BTB on YouTube. Make sure to share, tag, like, and subscribe to help support this amazing program. Also, shout out to Good Faith Wellness Center. We are taking new patients, and if you don't have insurance, it's still not an excuse because, and hey, Coach, maybe you can help me line up some folks and some of your people that are with Freestyle Fitness, because if they don't have primary care provider, or if they say, hey, I don't have insurance, we take all forms of insurance. But if they don't have it, we have plans, $99 for individuals, $99 a month, and that's unlimited visits every month.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah, but let's talk about it. Hopefully we see you Thursday. We'll talk about it. But thank you to everyone for tuning in. God willing, we'll see you always on a Tuesday. This is where we treat and discuss mind, body, and soul. And remember that true wealth begins with good health. See you next time. Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today, and remember, true wealth begins with good health.